Hello all, welcome to GetintoIAS, and in this video we are going to deal with the first lesson of Indian Economy Key Concept by Shankar Ganesh, that is Introduction to Economics. So first we are going to deal with the term what is economics. Economics has a lot of definition. There is no one perfect definition for economics. So you all might have known who is the father of economics. The father of economics is Adam Smith. So he has defined something related to economics, the term called as economics. So he has told inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nation. So what is inquiry into the nature? For example, how is wealth caused in an economy? First thing, there is a tree here. Fine. When you cut this tree and make it into a furniture like table, chair. So first thing, you're inquiring into the nature. You're intruding into the nature, first thing. And after intruding into the nature, you're making that nature into a resource. So you're making that into a resource. So that is called as causes of wealth of nation. So this is how wealth is created in an economy. So that is what Adam Smith has told, and he is the father of economics. What he has told is inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nations is called as economics. Next, the main important term in economics is resources. So we are going to deal with resources. So what is resources is, when you consider in our economy, any resource may be abundant. Abundant maybe it will be huge. There will be a lot of resources, or scarce. There will be a very little amount of resources. It may be man-made like this furniture, or it may be natural like this tree, and it may have monetary value. For example, you may sell this furniture. It will have a monetary value, or it may not have a monetary value. Like air we breathe, the water we drink and all might not have a monetary value. So with this resources only, the economics is turning around. Okay. Next thing, in economics, how can we define the resources? First thing, when you take diamonds, okay, diamonds are very scarce. They are very little. But when you take water or air, we have plenty of water or air, okay. So Adam Smith in his Wealth of Nations. So one of the famous book of Adam Smith is Wealth of Nations. So in the Wealth of Nations, he has told the example like water which is plenty, and next diamond which is scarce. So which has a lot of exchange value. The thing is, water is more useful than diamond, right? So when you compare diamond and water, diamond has a little value. Little value in the sense it is not useful so much to life, but water is very essential for life. But which has a greater exchange value? It is diamond, okay? When you exchange diamond, you will get huge lot amount of money. But when you exchange water, you won't get that much amount of money. So this is the exchange value between diamond and air or water, okay? So this is what Adam Smith has explained in his book Wealth of Nations. How is the wealth revolving around our nations? Next, economics. So in economics, the main thing, two main subheadings what we are going to study is, first thing is scarcity. Next thing is abundance. Scarcity is very little things that exist in our economy. Abundance is something which is more, okay? But our human tendency will tend to study what? The thing which is scarcity. For example, diamond. Many people will go behind diamond, but not many people will run behind water or air to safeguard water or air. So when you have a diamond inside your house, you will tend to safeguard that inside your cupboard, right? So you won't safeguard the same way the water, right? So this is what is economics. So humans tend to what? They have the tendency to care for the things which are very little in the nature or little in the economy. Fine. Next, a very important thing is, I told already resources. We are dealing with resources only. In resources, we have three kinds of things revolving around resources. First thing is the stakeholders who are all involved in the resources. For example, if government are involved, take coal mining. So someone is mining the coal inside the ground. Who are all involved? In case if it is private people will be involved. Individuals will be involved. In case if it is government will be involved in the mining of coal or diamond or any resources. Next, extraction. Who is extracting from the ground? And the third thing is consumption. Who is going to consume that? For example, some resources may have a lot of demand, right? So many people will go behind extracting that resources, right? So depending upon the consumption, the extraction will take place, and depending upon the extraction, who are all the stakeholders involved in that, we'll come to know. Fine. Next, a very important subheading under economics is factors of production. So in economy, we have many factors of production, but the main 4 factors of production is first thing land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Okay. So in case if I am a business person, I want to start a business. Fine. First thing is I need land. So land is for what? On that land, I may grow any raw material. On that land, I should, if in case I am renting that land, I should pay rent for that land. Fine. And I may use the land for transportation. Next, labor. So if I'm starting a business, I need laborers to work inside my business firm, right? So I need laborers to work inside my business firm. I should give him wages. So for the land, I should give rent, and for the labor, I should give wages. And next, for the capital, I need a lot of money to invest in my business, right? So on the starting itself, I won't have a lot of money, right? So I'll go to the bank and I'll ask for loans. So for that loan, I should pay interest. Fine. So that is called as capital. Capital is huge amount of money involved inside the business. And the last thing is entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is someone who is involved in the business. He'll give a lot of business ideas, content writing for the business. So entrepreneur tends to make more profit. So his work is profit making. So entrepreneur will give lot of business ideas. So his work is profit making. So this entrepreneur may be government or private. Fine. So these are all the factors of production. So land, labor, capital and entrepreneur comes under factors of production. So next thing is study under a controlled atmosphere. So next subheading is study under a controlled atmosphere. What is a controlled atmosphere? So in case you are studying economics inside a laboratory, lab. So how will it look like? Okay. So if you take a car, a new car, this car will give 22 kilometers per liter. So in case if I am going to buy a new car, I'll go see first how many liters is this car going to run. So if I put 1 liter, that car will go around 22 kilometers. But this is the lab conditions of the car. What is the lab conditions? So inside a lab, there will be well laid roads. So the road won't have any potholes inside the road. That is, in the sense, the road will be well laid off so that the car can go easily to and fro. Next, the tire, right, it will have a perfect air pressure. So next is third thing is the traffic free. So when the car is inside the lab condition, there will be no traffic, right? So these are all the perfect conditions under which for 1 liter the car will run 22 kilometers. But when you come to the actual situation, when I buy the car and lay off in the actual road, what will happen is it will reduce the mileage. For example, it will reduce from 22 kilometers to maybe 20 or 19 kilometers per liter. Why? Because there will be not well laid off roads, right? You know about our Indian roads. Next, there will be no proper perfect tire pressure, air pressure. Next, you already know our roads won't be traffic free. So this is the actual condition inside the economy. So while comparing this example with our economy is also the same thing. In the laboratory, economics may have a lot of definitions and lab conditions. But when coming to the actual situation, the economics also varies. Okay. For example, when you take the seeds of the farmers, when you are giving the seeds to the farmers, in the lab conditions, the seeds may grow to the well-grown condition. But when you come to the real farm, it may not grow to that level. So this is the lab condition. Fine. So next thing is, in economics, the economic theories are also under the specific condition and assumptions. When you are laying any theory for economy, that will be an assumption only in the lab condition. Fine. So they are comparing it with the car lab condition. Next, take for example, the demand theory. What is the demand theory? There are two things in economics. One is supply, next is demand. What is supply, what is demand? So in case if I'm having a business firm, I may produce a lot of say mobiles, okay. So if I'm producing 10 mobiles per month, so this is my supply. So supply depends upon the demand. So how many demand is there in the market? If there are 10 phones demanded in the market, this 10 phones also will get sold. So supply will match the demand. But the demand theory, right, other factors are constant. For example, when the price for Apple phone, right, the price is very high, then the demand is high. So you may compare. When the price of the Apple phone is very high, you may think the price is high so that the demand is high. But actually, this is a lab condition. So when you come actually to the outside condition, outside from the lab, these conditions may vary because in the demand theory, you are taking only into account the price and the demand. So actual condition will vary in the other factors. Okay. So I told you the Apple phone, the price is very high, right? So when the price is high, the demand also becomes high. So how is this? I told you all, you are considering only the price for the demand. So you are taking account only the price. Fine. So all other things are kept constant. So this in economic term is called as ceteris paribus. So what is ceteris paribus is, so when you are taking the Apple phone, right, you are taking only the price into account. So all other things you are keeping constant. That is called as ceteris paribus. Fine. And in the way the laboratory checked, that is you're checking the car and the seeds in the laboratory, right? But when it comes into practice, the yield is less. So when you come to the field, the yield of the car and the seed is less. But so the same way, economic theories also deliver less in practice. That is, the world is more complicated now. So when the economic theories were formulated long before, the world was not much complicated. But now, as time changes by, the world becomes complicated. But on the same way, these economic theories and models do not fail the world as due care is taken while building and framing them. But so when an economic theory is built, right, they take due care that it comes on a long run. So they take care into that the economic theories do not fail. So we're done with the first lesson, Introduction to Economics, and please subscribe to our channel and follow the Telegram link given below in the description. Thank you for watching.